Hey guys, it's Tahira, and today I'm doing a challenge video type thing that I've done once in the past, and that is letting a scavenger hunt pick my next book that I'm going to read. In this case, I am not going to be reading this right away, but I'm going to be doing it because I am finally back home for spring break. So I have access to my shelves. I'm going to do the scavenger hunt part right now and then probably read the book later sometime because there are quite a few other books that I need to read and get to. Mostly because they're also from the libraries. I have to read them before I have to return them. But today I'm going to be doing the scavenger hunt part. So if you don't know, this video is inspired by the one that Kayla does from Books and Lala, because she does this as an annual thing. And I thought it was a really fun idea, and it's a fun way to pick a book that otherwise I wouldn't really read, because I'm not only going to be picking from my physical TBR but also from my Goodreads want to read shelf, because I have so many books, 300 plus books on there that I add as a want to read, but I really haven't gotten to. Some have been there for years. So yeah, it's just a way to pick a book that I maybe if it's on my physical TBR, that's great, but also just picking a book that I otherwise wouldn't get to for a while or even ever read. Anyway, so there's 10 questions, and if I'm looking down, it's because my computer has the questions. And I also have Goodreads pulled up so I can search for books if I can't really find anything on my shelf or anything. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the first question. Anyways, I'm gonna hold it up. But the first question is to grab your favorite book, go to the acknowledgements, and the first name you see, find a book by an author with the same name. Now this is something I'm gonna struggle with because I don't have that many different authors on my shelf. So I'm gonna see if I can really find anything. But so last time I picked Throne of Glass, but I'm gonna follow what Kayla does, which is that she picks a favorite book from, because she does this annually, so she picks a favorite book from the previous year. So I'm gonna be doing that. And I think I'm gonna choose Happy Place by Emily Henry because this was my favorite books last year. This one's also always hard, but I'm gonna go to the acknowledgements. And the first name that I immediately see is Amanda. But I actually don't know. Oh my god, I do have a book by an Amanda. Okay, I did not even anticipate, but I have Ace of Spades by Amanda Foodie. I can't believe this is already going better than last time, but yeah, Amanda is, apparently I have an Amanda, and I didn't even know. This one's also going to be hard, but the next one is to pick something on the cover and find another book with the thing in the title. Now this one's going to be a little bit harder. If you see, I don't know, there's a little house of cards, and then there's a outline of a castle, and that's pretty much it. There's different, oh my god. Okay, I'm genuinely in shock with how well this is going, because they have these card suites on them, and they have spades, and I literally have a book called Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Iyamide, and it has the word spade in it, so I can use it. So the next one is I'm supposed to go to page 50, line 5 of this book, and then pick a word from that line and find a title with that word in it. Okay, so this one might also be hard. I feel like they're all going to be hard. But so far this challenge is going very well. Okay, 50, line 5. It's the first page of a chapter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the line is out from the weight of having to face their mistakes every day, or have blank. Okay, so I can do weight, face, mistakes, every day. This one might take a little while to go through. I'm gonna search on Goodreads to see if I even have anything, because I don't want to go through every title to see if I have something. I do not have weight. Okay, I just read a book with face in it, but I don't have it. Okay, I don't have a book with a mistake in it either, so out from every day, something like that. Okay, this is unfortunate because I do have a book with out. It's just not here yet because I ordered it online and it hasn't come yet. So unfortunately, I don't actually have that physically yet. Okay, this does have the word from, and I'm gonna use it because I do have From Twinkle with Love by Sandhya Menon, and it has the word from in it, so I'm gonna be using that. Okay, the next one is find a 5-star read with the same colors as the cover, which is blue and pink. there's a lot of blue and pink going on. Now this one's gonna be a little bit harder because there's a lot of 5-star books, or there's not that many 5-star books, because most of my 5 stars are like, I feel like they're Sarah J Maas or something, which she doesn't have like bright pink and blue covers. Fantasy books don't tend to have like super bright colors either, and I usually don't give that many contemporaries 5 stars. This one's like pink and purple. This one's like red and blue. Okay, I might just choose this. I'm gonna call purple blue in this case because I cannot find anything. But this is the Astonishing Color of After by Emily Oxford-Pan. It doesn't really fit that well, but I'm just gonna use it for this. Okay, the next is find a book with the same number of pages. This might be a little bit hard, but I'm for sure gonna use Goodreads. So without the last like author's note and stuff, this is 460 pages, which I feel like is a pretty exact number. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything that's like super exact. Okay, so 460. Let's see, 460. I just hope I like own it because I'm looking on Goodreads, but I don't know. Okay, so according to Goodreads, I don't have anything that's 460. But apparently 9th house is 461, so I'm going to be using that because that's the closest I can get that I own. Oh my god, this one's going to be so hard, but I have to flip open to any page, and the first name I see, find a book by an author who shares that name. Now this is going to be hard because this is like a dark academia, like fantasy, I guess. I'm going to... Let's see. Okay, Alex. I feel like I should have an Alex. I'm for sure gonna use Goodreads for this because this is like, it's getting harder and harder to just search. I don't even know if I have an Alex. Okay, I do not own a book, but my sister does, so I will be right back with that book. I'm so sorry if the lighting looks crazy. It's like kind of dark, so I don't really know how it's looking right now. It might be too dark. Hold on. This might be a little bit better. The lighting is kind of orange, but maybe it's fine. Is this too much? I'm just gonna go with it. Anyways, so I found The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, which indeed does have Alex as the author's name. Okay, the next one I have to find another title with the same number of letters. So this one has 16 letters. Okay. 15. Okay. I found a book with 16, and that is The Merciless Ones. And here I have to find a book with a similar cover. Now this has like reds and yellows. It's like majority red though, so I need to find a majority red book that has similar colors. See, this one's kind of gonna be hard because it's not like super bright red like The Vanishing Stair, which is like very red. This one is more like a red. I don't know, maybe. This one's like a red, but it goes darker into like a dark burgundy red, which I guess this also has shades of. Maybe I'll keep this as an option. Okay, another one is kind of A Court of Thorns and Roses, which has like, I don't know, like the red and the black going on. Okay, there's also Queen of Shadows, which I feel like those are pretty good. I'm gonna go with Queen of Shadows for this one. Okay, this one's the one that's gonna choose the book I'm gonna read, so I have to flip to a random page, point at a word, and then find a word, or find a book title with that word in it that like I want to read that's on my TBR. So I'm gonna open. How I'm gonna choose a page? I don't know. Okay, random word. Evenly. Okay, there's no... I have to find another word. That's better. Okay, from... Okay, I'm sure I have a from in my... Apparently, I don't have any. Okay, apparently I don't have that many books with from. So I guess I have to choose another one until I find one. Okay, she. I'm sure I have a she. So I do have a book on my to be read shelf that has the word she in it, and that's Before She Ignites by Jodi Meadows. I've heard a lot about this book, and it's been one that's been like not on my radar. It was on my radar a while ago when it first came out, and I was interested in it. But it's obviously been so long, and it's a young adult book, which that's an age range that I've sort of grown out of. So it's gonna be interesting to see like what I think of it. So I guess Before She Ignites is the book I'm reading, which has been on my TBR or like want to reach out for a while now. So I guess it's a good thing that I'm going to be reading that. So yeah, I will get back to you when I have like found that book somewhere to read. And I will start reading it and tell you what I think. But yeah, this was a fun time. I feel like this one went better than last time, especially the first few where you have to like find a name, which I'm like really surprised that I did. But yeah, I will be coming back to you when I have the book or I've like started reading it or something. Hey guys, so it's several weeks later. The last time like the scavenger part I did during spring break because I was back home, and that was like I'm pretty sure like 3 weeks ago at this point, and almost 4. So it's been a little bit since I filmed that first clip, but I was reading some other books during that time, some just for fun, some for other videos. So I just started Before She Ignites on my Kindle about a few days ago. I'm now about 60% of the way through the book, and I don't know if I'm actually liking it. So far I'm thinking probably like a 2.5 star unless something like drastically changes.
No one has made this dramatic of a change yet.
Because the way this book is, it's like in the beginning she gets caught and she's like put in jail, like this dark underground jail where these like some of the worst prisoners, I guess, and like the crazy prisoners go. And she's like a princess or whatever, she's like royalty, but she gets thrown in jail. And basically, and like now I'm on page like 300 out of I think probably close to 500 at this point, if it's 60%. But things are sort of starting to shift now with the story, but I'm telling you, the first like almost 300 pages she's still in the jail. And I thought the pacing was just so slow because it was like kind of her forming allies with the prisoners around her, and they were working together to try to get out of this jail and like go back to their families and stuff. But I feel like I think that's a good plotline. I liked that, but I feel like I don't need 300 pages of that. Which it I don't know, it just felt like it was going on forever, and I was like, we need to get this moving. So finally I think now we're starting to get into a little bit of a different setting, because also the prison is like not that big, so we were in the same like small location for like quite a while. But now I think we should be moving forward in the plot. I hope so. Honestly, the plot, like, I don't really care about it. I don't care about any of the characters. I don't really care about what's going on. I don't feel super attached to any of the characters. I don't know if that's just me being like apathetic to the story and just not fully connecting with it, but I just don't really care about what's happening. So it is like I am reading, like, I'm not super bored. It's not like boring in that sense. It's just more like I don't really care. Like, if someone gets hurt, I don't really care. But also I will preface this by saying that this is a young adult fantasy novel, which is a genre I don't really read like super often anymore. I've talked about this numerous times before, but I just have been moving away from YA a little bit. So of course I know this isn't going to be up to par to some of the adult fantasies. It's not a terrible story, it's just its crime is that it's too, like, the pacing is a little bit off, and I just don't feel connected to the story. So yeah, but I think, as I said, things are changing a little bit now, so hopefully like we get some more faster pacing and some more stakes with the plot as well. But I will definitely keep you guys updated, and I'm hopefully, I have like, today's Sunday, so I have like pretty much all day to read, so I'm gonna try to get through a big chunk of it, if not try to finish it today, because I read super fast on my Kindle, so I know I can like fly through it if I really like sit my ass down and start reading. The only thing is I'm going back and forth between Before She Ignites and A Court of Mist and Fury, because I'm rereading that. And it's so hard to not want to read this because I love this book so much. But I will power through and I will try to finish this book today, and I will let you know my final thoughts. So I finally finished Before She Ignites last night, and just as I had kind of predicted, I'm giving it like 2 to 2.5 stars. Basically, last time I was talking about how the pacing was a little bit off and I was just not really enjoying the story or connecting with the story. Well, the story kind of did pick up a little bit after the last time that I kind of talked, and like a lot more things did happen than were happening in the first half of the book, which is usually always the case. But I don't know, I still didn't feel super connected to the story and the characters. I didn't feel super attached to the main character at all. Honestly, this story was pitched to be involving a lot of dragons, and there wasn't that much about dragons, to be honest. I liked, like, as much as Fourth Wing has its flaws, I really like that dragons were truly a central part of the story and were a big part of the plot points and the journey of the main character. But in this one, like, since we're kind of told that she has this like connection with dragons, she really loves dragons, and we get a little bit of that through flashbacks because the story is told in like present point of view and past like flashbacks of kind of the events that led up to the present. So I don't know, like she was interacting with dragons, but we weren't getting any of that cool dragon lore that I was expecting. I feel like there was so much that could have been done with the dragons that just wasn't, which was definitely one of my points. The story was just overall it was too boring for too much of it. As I was saying, there was kind of, she's in this prison, and she's in this prison for quite a while. Like, even when she got out, that was the last point when she got out. That was the last time I talked to you. But after that, she went back to the prison. So a lot of the story is set in this prison, and I wish we had sort of expanded a little bit more into the outside world and just not had stayed in such a confined space. As much as the torture and negative events that happened in the prison that were definitely harrowing to read sometimes, it's just, I wish the setting was just a little bit more expanded than it was. Also, for some reason, before going into this, I thought this was a standalone fantasy novel, which is completely not the case because I found out as I was marking it red on Goodreads that it's actually part of a trilogy, but I have no interest in it personally, so I will not be continuing with the series. And I feel like that's kind of hard to do. Like, usually the ending, like usually for fantasy books that are like series, they usually end in a way where you want to read, at least for me, you want to read it because it usually ends on like a plot twist or something big and you're like, I want to read what's gonna happen next. But this one, I just have absolutely no desire to pick up the rest of the book, so I probably will never pick it up. One thing I will say, I liked the writing style. I thought it was well written, but just I feel like the overall plot could have been executed a lot better, and also could have been edited a little bit to be a little bit shorter, because this was about, at least on my Kindle, it was almost a 500-page book, which is pretty long, which is standard, but also on the longer side for a fantasy book, especially for the first one in a series. So I feel like it could have benefited from some editing as well. But yeah, that is it for this video. Scavenger Hunt round 2 gave me another 2-star because the first round gave me The Taking of Jake Livingston, which I also gave 2 stars, and this one, which I also gave 2.5 stars. So for this whole game thing, is not really working out in my favor. I'm not really finding books that I would super enjoy, even though both books have been on my Goodreads like want to read shelf for quite a while. But maybe I'll do this another time in like a year or so, probably in sometime in 2025, and then hopefully that one's a win. If not, I don't know if I'll continue on. But yeah, let me know down below if you read this book, as of course I would love to know. But that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.